The lights of Amitabha always receive and embrace all the reciters. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Namo Amitabha. Hello, Lotus friends. The Contemplation Sutra says, Amitabha's light pervasively illuminate all 10 directions. The lights of Amitabha always receive and embrace all the recitators. Master Shandao explains this as, the Buddha's light shining only on Amitabha's reciters. He said again, reciters who recite the Buddha's name exclusively will have Buddha's light shining on them. Amitabha receives and embraces. The lights do not embrace the miscellaneous cultivators, and only the recitators are embraced by the light. This is Amitabha's choice to receive and to embrace. What kinds of sentient beings will he receive and embrace always? He always receives and embraces the recitators of Buddha. What does it mean by always receiving and embracing? Let's tell some stories to help you understand. A long time ago, there was a monk named Wei Lianfang living in Deda Monastery at Jingdu. In the Contemplation Sutra, he did not understand the meaning of Amitabha's receiving and embracing. The ancient masters studied the Buddha Dharma very diligently. Since he didn't really understand, he wanted to figure it out. So he went to Yonju Monastery to pay homage. In front of the statue of Amitabha, he recitated the Buddha's name for 7 days continuously. Just to ask what it meant by always receive and embracing in the Contemplation Sutra. What was the meaning of this sentence? So he recited the Buddha's name non-stop for days and nights, 7 days and nights. On the 7th night, his wish fulfilled. He dreamed that Amitabha tightly grabbed his hand and indicated to him, Wei Lianfang, this is receiving and embracing. He told Master Wei Lianfang, what is always receiving and embracing? That's it. Amitabha would have tightly grabbed recitator's hands. No matter how hard at that time Wei Lianfang tried to break free, he still couldn't. Amitabha told him that this was receiving and embracing. Just like in Journey to the West, the Monkey King could never escape from the Buddha's palm. For us who recite Amitabha's name exclusively, Amitabha tells us that we are always embraced by Amitabha's light, which means he grabs us tightly without releasing. Later, Wei Lianfang paid homage to Master Jingyuan, who was called the Saint Recitator of Gaoye. Wei Lianfang asked him whether his dream was real. Then Master Jingyuan burst into tears and held Wei Lianfang's hand. He said happily, the same thing happened to me. This is a real dream. So the ancient master said that holding in the palm of your hand without losing means receiving and embracing. Amitabha tightly holds us in his cotton-like palm. So we can't break free. He will never abandon us. In this real dream, Amitabha told Master Wei Lianfang The true meaning of always receiving and embracing. So we know that receiving and embracing is Amitabha, tightly holding all the reciters in his arms. The second story is about Master Tanshi. Master Tanshi carried forward the Buddha Dharma to save sentient beings for 41 years. When he was 41 years old, he was reborn in the land of ultimate bliss. His life was very legendary. The time he was reborn in the land of the ultimate bliss, a mountain of green pines suddenly withered, and all of a sudden they all came back to life. So with the auspicious signs, all the witnesses were connected. Before Master Tanshi was born, his mother, on the night of June 15th when she was 16, she dreamed of 3 Buddhas and 3 golden saint monks who came to tell her that they will give her a baby. Then they chanted the Buddha's name, Namo Amitofo, and flew into her body from her mouth. Then she was pregnant after that dream. She was pregnant for 10 months. On April 15th of the next year, Tanshi was born. When he was born, white flags fell from the sky. Guanyin Bodhisattva appeared to welcome the boy with the white lotus. When he was born, the baby boy had a solemn appearance, so they called him Mishiwan. His mother raised him to 7 years old. When Master Tanshi was still young, he admired the Mahayana Buddhism. In order to be able to practice Buddhism, he said goodbye to his mother and arrived in Wei State. At that time, his mother couldn't bear the agony of being separated from a beloved child. So she followed Master Tanshi silently and secretly. At that time, Master Tanshi was still a child. He was only 7 years old. There was a small pond in the middle of the road. This little child accidentally fell into this small pond. At this time, the 3 saints of the West appeared. Amitabha suddenly appeared and reached out a hand of great compassion and grabbed Master Tanshi's hand, grabbed this child's hand, hung the web of receiving and embracing, and pulled him to the ground. Amitabha used his hand of great compassion to pull Master Tanshi up. So what is receiving and embracing? That's it. So there's a verse in the scriptures that says, the Buddha's cast net of Buddhism continue in the ocean of Dharma, catch sentient beings of the 6 realms, and settle them down to the shore of Nirvana. This verse is from the Lotus Sutra. It can help us to better understand what is receiving and embracing. Amitabha Buddha cast the net of salvation to declare the mindfulness Buddha door. He catches sentient beings of 6 realms and settles them down to the shore of Nirvana. He covers us, the reciters, tightly with a net. He catches us in the net so we won't escape. Then he takes us to the land of ultimate bliss. So this verse of the Buddhist scripture, which we're extremely compassionate if we think about it carefully. There continue, catch, and settle. What is continue? It means being non-stop. A verse that says, the fundamental teacher of the land of the ultimate bliss, who follows the Amitabha Reciters, comes to our places every day for thousands of times, and our heart is full of unparalleled joy. The Contemplating Sutra said, Amitabha and Guanyin Bodhisattva often come to us. Then using one word to explain is continue. Continue means being non-stop as well as frequenting back and forth. And for catch, what does it mean? It means to pick up with a net, without letting anything fall off. To a reciter of Amitabha, Amitabha used the net of receiving and embracing to catch us. He doesn't want us to fall into the ocean of the six realms. And settle is to make us settle down. He placed us at his land of the ultimate bliss. This word is a causative verb. As the Infinite Life Sutra said, he makes all living beings as his own, which means the reason for us to be reborn in the land of ultimate bliss is Amitabha makes us achieve the merit and virtue. The so-called meritorious achievement is to become a Buddha. It is not us who achieve it. Our Dharma door is totally relied upon other power, which only relies on Amitabha's salvation. So the three words continue, catch, and settle mean receiving and embracing. Master Shenda has a very good explanation called stand up to carry immediately. Why is Amitabha a standing golden Buddha? It is because he needs to stand up and carry immediately while sitting is too slow. He didn't have time to sit down. He must do it immediately. The word carry is a very good word too. It means to lift, which is very imagery. We are being carried back to the land of ultimate bliss. Just like when we are children, like me, I was very disobedient as a child. I lived in the rural area. I used to being wild outside. I was a wild kid. Sometimes until noon, I was playing outside and reluctant to go home for lunch. At that time, my parents would come to look for me. Even after they found me, I still didn't want to go home. No matter what our parents did, we still didn't want to go home. Then our parents will carry us and go home. This is the story for receiving and embracing. Just like Master Tanchi, who was 7 years old, fell into the pond. Amitabha suddenly reached out his great compassionate hand and handed down the net of receiving and embracing to pull him up. So Buddha's concerns for all living beings are extremely compassionate. Namo Amitabha Buddha.